Let's talk baseball with Drew. This is just a recap of tonight's game in game two of our series against Boston. We ended up losing tonight 8-4. Just some things I noticed right off the gate. Anthony Volpe 0 for 5. That is a rare occurrence recently from him. I really like the way this cat's been playing. Reminds me a lot of Jeter. I'm only 20 years old, so like Jeter's like my idol. I love Jeter, watched him growing up, and to see somebody like Anthony Volpe, who's from New York, grew up a Yanks fan. He's got the whole storyline to be, the next Jeter, and the way he's been playing this season, really, he's living up to that, and I'm really looking forward to see the rest of his season and hopefully make the All-Star game, obviously, win another Gold Glove, and just add to his resume more and more every year, and hopefully add some championships to that for him. Other than that, really the main thing I saw was Rodon got rocked. I mean, not really rocked, but 5 innings pitched, he had 5 earned runs, which, is not very normal of him this season. It was very normal of him last season, but, this season he's been cracking down on it. I think it's because he shaved his stupid ass mustache that he had last year. I mean, says me, I got facial hair going, but no, I mean, Rodon's been pitching well this season. I think he's been doing pretty well. Tonight was just a bump in the road for him, I guess, and he'll bounce back very well. Other than that, not much that I really saw. Soto had a big blast. Judge had a hit. Stan had a couple hits. DJ had a hit. I like that he's back. And the way that Rizzo's been playing lately, I think DJ Mayhew is just going to take his spot over at first. That's going to free up a bunch of the other infielders, have more time to play every night, where Oswaldo can come back and play third every night. Because I think if you were to put Rizzo first, Glaber second, the kid at short, and Oswaldo at third, and that's a stud lineup right there. And I mean, I think Rizzo is going to be that guy that is going to have to take one for the team and just realize what his role is going to be. I mean, unless he ends up picking it up and starts batting, 290 and starts cranking homers like crazy. I just don't see him cracking the lineup that much when it becomes dog days of July and August. But yeah, Verdugo 0 for 5 also. Jeez. For his first series in Boston, they definitely treated him like a Yankee. They booed his ass every time he went up to the plate. It was good to see though. It was very good to see. I think last night he had a couple hits. He had a couple RBIs. Let me check on that. Yeah, I mean we dominated last night. First game of the series, we dominated 8-1. Yeah, Dugo went 3 for 5. He had a run, 4 RBIs. He had a big game. That's very good to see. I knew he had a decent game. Eel the other night pitched very well also. That's a guy that, damn, came out of nowhere. Luis Gil's been pitching really well. I think with Cole coming back, that's definitely going to give him a lot of, not like pressure off of his back to be the stud. It's definitely going to give him a sigh of relief to be like, hey, Ace is back with Cole. And that's going to definitely give me some breathing room. And I think that with them two together, we're easily going to have the best 5-man rotation in baseball. If we can trade for maybe one long reliever in the next few weeks or so, in the next month or so before the trade deadline, whenever it is, I always forget whatever date it is. I think that's the one thing that we're kind of lacking at this moment, because our starters most of the time, whether it's Eel, it's Rodon, other than tonight, whether it's Nestor, whether it's Clark Schmidt, whether it's any of these guys, I mean, they're going 5-6 innings, they're giving up 1 run, and then I'll see us lose a game 5-6 because one of our relievers got rocked and gave up 4 or 5 runs. I think that's the one thing that we're lacking. That's basically going to separate us from, the Dodgers, the Phillies when it becomes October time. I think we're doing unbelievable right now. Obviously, in the overall standings, we're first in the AL East. I think we're first in the MLB. Actually, let me double check on that. We're 50-23. Yeah, we're 50-23. Phillies are 47-23. Dodgers 43-28. Jeepers. We're moving right now. We are moving. But yeah. After watching, the Dodgers series with us, I think that once again, like what I was just saying, is the one thing that we're kind of lacking, mid reliever type move for our pitching and stuff. So once we kind of get one of those settled with like a trade or something, I feel like that would just crystallize the whole crystal ball image of just the perfect team. Because I mean, you got Dominguez coming back soon. You got Garrett Cole coming back soon. I mean, we got studs that haven't even played yet this season, and we're number one in the MLB, and we're 2.5 ahead of Baltimore. But other than that, we're 14 ahead of Boston, 14.5 ahead of Toronto, 16 ahead of Tampa Bay. Like we're dominating our division right now. We didn't even have our Cy Young pitcher other than Heal this year in Garrett Cole to come back. And then we got the young guy, the Martian. He hasn't even stepped foot on the field either. That's going to give guys, a 4-man rotation in the outfield with, Dugo, Judge, and Soto. If you can rotate all 4 of them to keep them all fresh legs, imagine how much better their averages are going to be already than what they are. But yeah, I mean, looking at the rest of the month, really, I mean, we've got one more game with Boston tomorrow night. We've got 3 games Baltimore. I see us winning that series 2-1. We've got 3 games in Atlanta, or at home against Atlanta. That could honestly go either way. We've got Subway series after that. That could go either way. We got 4 games in Toronto. I see us dominating that series. And then a Cincinnati series that I'm sure we end up winning 2-1 also. That kind of rounds up June. And we could have 60 wins going into July. I mean, that hasn't really happened in New York since, probably 98. But yeah, overall, I think that tonight was just a bump in the road for the old Boston New York series, and I think we bounce back tomorrow night for sure. So that's gonna do it for tonight's recap on talking about the Yankees with your boy Drew. I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Peace.